Hi Leo, this is Kacee with your Love Matters reading for November. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shae and I are so happy to have all of you here with us. We are very grateful. She'll have a video that's going to come up at the end of this one for your sign, so please check for that. She does give a different perspective. The first couple of cards we're going to pull will be for your energy for the month of November, and also the other energy that you'll be dealing with as well. If you resonate with one side over the other, please go with that. Please remember that this relationship reading may resonate in regards to a family member, a co-worker, a significant other, or a relationship with self in spirit, depending on what the message is today. So you're coming in with attachment and they're coming in with anxiety. So attachment to me is something that is typically not a healthy attachment. Once in a while this will come up as a positive one, but typically this has to do with thinking bad about yourself, having self-worth issues. It's also about addiction. It's about doing things that are not raising your vibration, and you're staying in a lower vibrational energy that is blocking your blessings. This can also have to do with someone that has passed recently, or a separation from a relationship that you weren't ready to separate from. Anxiety is coming in as stress, worry, depression, the usual. So let's go ahead and get the clarifiers and see how this adds. All right, so death in reverse is refusing to break free. It's refusing to move forward. It's staying in that energy. When death comes in the upright, that means that things are changing. This is where you're holding on very tight to no changes right now. You're holding very firm to staying still. Anxiety, as well as the Hermit in reverse. So this is talking about coming out of the introspection or failing to do the introspection, okay? Sometimes we'll refuse to listen to our higher selves. Sometimes we are so wrapped up in our own depression, anxiety, and thoughts that we're not letting spirit get in, and we're not doing the work that they're asking us to do. Be confident in ourselves, figure it out. Listen to their messages for the path that we're supposed to be on. And when we don't listen, we get into a very high anxiety energy, and then we can't hear spirit at all because our brains are like stressing out on all neurons all the time, and we don't allow ourselves to be quiet and let go of that chatter because we're filling our chatter with our own stresses. So let's go ahead and pull emotion cards for you guys and see what's going on here. Very intense energies, very low lying energies, not high vibrational energies, but low, heavy, stress. What is going on for you guys? Daydreams and decisions. Helpless and hopeless. You're thinking it's going to work itself out by not moving, okay? You have a fantasy in your mind. You have a feeling of a path that you're supposed to be on, and you have use that energy of your intuition, but also have kind of melded it with a daydream of things that haven't even happened yet. And you're creating a scenario in your head of how it's supposed to be. And you're making that decision that if it's not how you see it in your mind's eye, then that's not the path you're supposed to be on. There's like no gray area there. They're coming in with helpless and hopeless, with anxiety, and the Hermit in reverse as a clarifier. They don't know what to do. They feel that they're at rock bottom, that they're at their wits' end. They don't think that they have any control over the situation in any way, shape, or form. Let's go ahead and pull some clarifying cards through obstacles and advice. Foundations and achievements. Rejoice in celebration. Power. That is your card right there, guys. You're holding on very firmly to what you know, what you believe, what you can feel that is tangible. There's happiness, there's joy in that, there's security in that. There's a community within that. There's power as well, okay? There's commitment. There's clear and concise decision making. Solar plexus chakra, all about their ego and identity. Moving on. Crown chakra. I believe that you are holding firm and fast to your belief systems, and what you have conjured up in your mind's eye is what you want to happen. This energy that you're dealing with is stressing out about what your vision is because it's not the same as theirs. They don't feel like they have any control in the situation. Their identity is being challenged right now, and for some reason that's very important. It's like you overpower them. I don't know if this is a child that's yours, a nephew or a niece, or there's someone that's acting that in a manner that you feel like you need to put them on the right path. You know, they need to move forward so they can download from the divine as well. Sorry. So because the crown chakra is coming in after moving on, so they need some space. They need to grow. They need to learn. They need to kind of grow up with their energy. They can't feel hopeless. They can't feel out of control. They have to gain some control for themselves. They have to learn this on their own. And if you feel like you can control their environment so they don't get hurt or they don't get put in harm's way, that's not helping them become rounded people. Four of Swords in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, and then Palace of Swords. So this is telling me that there's a lot going on right now in your energies, and you're trying to keep everything status quo. There's a lot of unhappiness in your home and family, and there's a lot of conflict, Palace of Swords, mentally. There's a lot of challenges going on, and you're trying to hold on to the power. You're trying to hold on to the balance, but it's not working. Okay, the more power you try to hold on to, which I believe is the attachment to keep everything status quo, the more you actually are restricting the positive energies that's supposed to come in for this relationship, come in for this journey. Here we have the Ten of Coins, the Nine of Coins in reverse, and then here's their Death card for challenges and changes. They're ready for this change, guys. Okay, it's making them so unhappy to stay with the Ten of Coins. The Ten of Coins is the end of a cycle, okay, but they have the Nine of Coins in reverse. Things have to change in order for them to find their happiness, in order to find their calling, in order to use their gift. You can't hold them back. I don't know if this is a, you know, because I see a young man right here, you know, making a decision, feeling hopeless that no matter which way they turn, they're not able to do what they think they need to do. You know, and it's a young energy. You know, if you look here, here's a young girl that's all stressed out. You know, you're coming in with the power. They don't feel like they have any power, but you have to allow them to live their lives. You can't control that. You know, this could be like a younger sibling that you feel that they're not ready, but you have to let them out there. You can still guide them and protect them as much as possible, but you got to let them fall every once in a while, because how are they going to experience how to bring themselves back up again? You know what I mean? You learn that the hard way, and you're trying to kind of help them not go through the same things that you went through, but it's not making anything any easier. You got to sometimes let them fall so that they know how to get themselves back up again, because if you're not here to guide them, how are they going to rely on themselves? You know, and I'm talking about their spiritual journey, you know, making decisions within their, maybe they're making the wrong decision when it comes to their finances, because we do have a lot of coins on their side right there. But they need to learn how to connect on their own. They need to learn how to download from spirit and listen to the synchronicities, listen to their guides and angels. And the only way that we learn how to do that is by being knocked down a couple of times and be like, okay, well, I did it my way, and obviously that was wrong. Let me do it how spirit told me to do it in the first place, and let's see where we go. Here we have Seven of Wands. Yes, this is a challenge. This is something that you have to fight for. New beginnings, yes. Ace of Pentacles, yes. Firm foundations. So you do find a way to communicate with this person that is going to open up another door of communication, a solid beginning with this person. Yes, this is what we want. And here we have the Knight of Wands. And this is where they're going to be very passionate about something. They're going to go after what's in their heart, what's in their soul. And here we have the King of Cups in reverse. And this is, you know, they're still immature. Okay, Knight of Wands in the upright, and then we have the King of Cups in reverse. They're still making immature decisions, whether this person is kind of a young energy or it's an older person that hasn't gone through this yet, and that's what's kind of making them immature. You could just be dealing with an immature person, however that resonates, but this person will see why you're so protective, and you are able to let go a little bit and let them kind of experience life. You know, if this is what it has to be, then that's what it has to be. But you can't protect them from everything, and you're so attached on that aspect that you're not making any changes for communication to see it from their side. And that's where they are having a lot of anxiety, because they're trying to explain it to you. They're trying to show you, and you see too many pitfalls, and you keep saying no, no, no. But if you allow them just a little bit of leeway, and they go out there and fall on their face, and then they learn a life lesson, it will be easier for you to communicate your knowledge and your wisdom to them in the future. They'll actually realize that you know what you're talking about. You know, kind of like when you're dealing with a teenager, you know, they think their parents are stupid, and their parents keep harping on the same thing over and over and over again. The kids don't listen, they go out and do it anyways, and then they come back with their tail between their legs and like, I should have listened to you in the first place. And you're sitting there like, yeah, I know. I only told you like a million times, but they had to learn it on their own. You know, it's part of growing up. It's part of the process. Let's see what we have. Your spirit message is hello from heaven. And it says, your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. So know that you're not going through this alone, that your ancestors, your loved ones, your guides, your angels, they're all showing you the synchronicities as to how to handle this energy for the month. So please open up to that and please listen, because that will take you out of your daydreams and decisions and give you some clear paths on how to keep this relationship healthy. They're coming in with breathe, and it reads, the breath and the vital bridge between your body and your soul is the connection between the inside and the outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. So this is important to know, that they need to take a breath and to step aside and just kind of like chill. All right. So once they do breathe and they stop the chatter and the clutter and all the I wants and I needs and should I or shouldn't I anxieties, they will be able to hear from spirit and download from the crown chakra, which is probably what you're trying to tell them to do anyways. It's to slow their roll, because they're making bad choices. They're making risky investments. Something needs to give at this point, and you see it. You've been there. You're the Leo. You know very firmly as to what should and should not happen. But sometimes being the Leo, you get stuck in it's your way or no way. And you got to kind of take that down a notch, and that allows them to raise their vibration a notch, and there isn't that control for power, that it's more of a balance. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your oracles. You know, when they feel that they have a little bit more control over their lives and what they're doing, they're not as difficult to deal with. Okay, and you don't want them in the Hermit in reverse, where they're not doing the introspection and they're making choices that are not for everyone's best interest. So allow them a little breathing room. Loyalty is your oracle, and that's not surprising because you love this person more than breath itself. And then look, they're coming in with understanding. This is beautiful, because then they understand where you're coming from. They start to listen. They start to breathe. They start to listen to the synchronicities from spirit as well. They're downloading, because this is my downloading card, which she is in the beautiful light. This is lovely. There's all balances out in the end, guys, but each one of you have to kind of back off and kind of allow more energy of communication to come in, and don't be so firm in your thoughts. You know, they want what they want, you want what you want. There has to be a compromise. So your angel message is Archangel Gabriel, and it reads, you have an important life purpose involving communication in the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Gabrielle talks about God's strength as well, just so you guys know that. You know, being very firm and knowing in the divine that is guiding you. And this talks about insecurities, and I feel that that's what's motivating you, is the insecurities and the things that you've had to overcome. You're trying to protect this energy, and they need to figure it out on their own. Their angel message is Ray, and it reads, yoga and exercise are essential to your true well-being, peace of mind and spiritual growth right now. So yes, they need to stop the anxiety. They need to stop with the chatter. They need to meditate, you know, clear it. Let the divine come in and speak to them so they know what path is supposed to be on. Once you see they're on the right path and they stop having that anxiety and that fear of I can't or I won't or you're making me stop or whatever it is, they'll be able to find their own path, and you'll be a lot more secure in your anxieties and in your fear for them, because you'll see that they're doing the right thing. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I hope the message helps. If you want to leave me a comment, that's terrific. I always love to hear from you. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you back. Take care.